Hey guys! Welcome back to my allegedly daily writing updates. To recap, I'm Vivi, and I am writing a fantasy novel about a disgraced spy who infiltrates a rural organization hiding a dangerous secret, cursed blood magic. It is my first official day of participating in Novel November, but I am 3 days late. It's already November 3, which means I have around 28 days left, including today, to write the 50,000 words. Oh my god, I'm kind of scared. Regarding my progress on the novel with chapter 6, yesterday I wrote around 170 words. I pulled some description from a previous draft. And put it into my current draft. So actually, technically speaking, a lot of those 170 words that I wrote yesterday were actually pre-written before. And I just pulled it in to the current draft. I got started with part 2 of chapter 6. Like I mentioned before in my outline, I divided chapter 6 into 3 parts. I finished writing part 1. I am getting started with part 2, but I'm kind of realizing now that the part that I thought was going to be part 2 is actually this much shorter section, and this other part, which I thought would be short, but part of the third part, the next part, actually will not be that short. So I'm pretty much writing the transition part to get to that. To clarify, in chapter 6, my main character arrives at the garrison. She has some introspection parts, and then she finally enters the garrison. So that is the first part of the chapter. And then the middle section of the chapter, part 2, is my main character walks through the garrison looking for the reception hall, or the main hall, the headquarters in the town. Not really headquarters, but you get what I mean. I originally thought of my main character encountering soldiers on the way, but the way that it is developing, I don't think I'm gonna make that happen. Instead, what I'm going to do, and the reason why I thought of this, is because I need Villain Arc's introduction to be, I wouldn't say iconic, but I need it to encapsulate him as a character, not as a straight up villain or bad guy, but like someone who has his own struggles, who is facing outside pressures of his own, and then turns around and sort of takes that out on the main character later on in the chapter. So I originally thought of my main character bumping into a previous character that appeared, a corrupt soldier who appeared earlier in my draft, but that won't be the case anymore. Instead, I'm going to have her overhear a conversation between that corrupt soldier and Villain Arc. And I am making that the main feature now of part 2 of the chapter. So that's going to be the main feature of part 2 of the chapter, and then part 3 of the chapter is going to be the confrontation between Ellerin and Villain Arc, or at least the reunion. So that's how I'm sectioning it off in my head. I don't know how long it's gonna be. I'm actually not sure what the conversation is gonna look like yet. Either of the conversations, but that's what I'm planning to work on today. I really need to get things done. Oh my god. 50,000 words in 28 days, guys! And I have dinner with my friends today, so I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!